we're from Sisters Fruit Company, and we're going to show you today how to make our rose cake with our raspberry apple chips. Julie's going to show us how to trim the cake.
So we're going to start with the cakes that we've already made, and we froze them previous so that when you shave the tops to make them level, it just doesn't fall apart a ton. Thank you. So while I'm trimming that, you can get the cake stand ready.
And something to note, when you are shaving your cake, kind of a funny thing to say, you are going to take the lightest layer off the top, and you're not going to go up or down. You're going to lay it flat on your cake so that you get an even surface. She's doing a great job. So first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4 sheets of wax paper, and I'm going to put them on 4 sides of my cake stand. This is to prevent when you have your cake on it that it doesn't have the weird edges on the side, that you pull it out and it gives you a clean edge. So I'm going to put some frosting right on the top, and this is just going to prevent the cake from moving around. And then I'm going to have Julie put the next cake on the stand upside down.
Yeah.
She's really good at that. And then I'm going to use my little brusher tool and then take off all the little flakes of cake that had kind of come off in the process.
That way they don't get in the frosting.
Perfect. And then while she's kind of trimming them all, I'm going to take my magic wand. That's what I like to call it. But it's actually, it's to spread your frosting out like really nice and flat, kind of using this motion. But I'm going to use it to put my raspberry filling. So I'm going to put it right in the middle, but I'm not going to take it all the way out to the edges. Do you know why? Yeah?
I tried it one time and it got all mixed up with the white frosting.
You kind of end up having like this pink line around it, and you're like, oh, maybe not. But if you just put it kind of in the center and like kind of spread it out, but not quite, probably leave 2.5 inches or so you just get it, but that when you put the frosting, it doesn't kind of get mixed together. So we're just kind of even that out. Then I'm going to put seriously, this thing is great. And then I'm going to take my next layer, and again, I'm going to put it upside down so you get that flat surface right on top. Okay. I'm just going to clean this off. And then, so I'm going to alternate layers. I'm going to do a raspberry and then our cream cheese frosting. Julie made our cream cheese frosting today. She put it in our KitchenAid and whipped it around. Do you know what you put in it?
For this one, we did use 4 things of cream cheese, right? Because we were doing a quite large cake. We did powdered sugar, and then the other thing we added was a touch of vanilla.
It's like, so my dad's secret recipe is to take your French vanilla creamer, because it's got that creaminess, it's kind of got that fat content, kind of makes it feel like butter, but it gives it that slight taste of vanilla. And adding that to your cream cheese frosting gives it this nice texture and also like that really great aftertaste. Okay, so I'm going to take that frosting and I'm just going to kind of get it ready, and I'm going to put it on the cake, and I'm just going to spread it out, kind of using that motion, back and forth and back and forth. And then I'm going to switch, and Julie is going to do the other layers of the cake. But it's really important to not dig into your cake so you get holes. And I'm actually not going to put that much frosting in the middle because I think we're going to add lots to the other edges. So clean this off.
Same with the
We're going to switch spots.
raspberry. Add this one.
Oh yeah, look at that end. So flat. So I'm just going to kind of get my apple chips ready. As you can see, this beautiful ball of raspberry apple chips.
This layer is going to get the raspberry.
Yep, alternate.
All right.
It'll create a really pretty layer.
Great.
So, funny story, we were originally planning on putting the raspberry in the cake, but we decided to accent our raspberry apple chips that we'd put a raspberry filling in it to kind of give it that pop. That looks really good.
Is that far enough? Ready for this one?
Yep. And so this one, you
Oh, this
actually
All right.
use the top of it, and so that you get your rounded top rather than a flat top, because you know most cakes aren't just flat on the top. Kind of gives it just nice round.
There we go.
Oh, lots of crumbs.
Clean that off.
It's really, you might want to.
Oh.
It's kind
Yeah.
of sat there for a little bit.
This one, we can go all the way around, right?
Mm-hmm. So the technique when you do this is really important to make it, put it in the center of your cake and put a big dollop on, kind of like Julie's doing, and then kind of spread it around. Because when you have a ton on the cake, it makes it way easier to kind of get all the edges, and you don't get like little pieces in different spots. It's very even.
Yep.
Man, I'm excited to eat some cake. I was making all these cakes and I was really sad because I was freezing them, and so I didn't get to eat any of them. My husband was very disappointed as well. Okay, so the coolest thing about our cake and kind of technique is that, so now Julie kind of has like a flat surface, kind of good thing. And so what she's going to do is she's going to put a little bit more on, and then she's going to dip it or clean it off. She's going to dip it in some hot water. So this is the best trick. So when you put that hot water right on the frosting, it's actually going to smooth it out. So you're not going to have any of the kind of weird divots that frosting will kind of give you. She just kind of gives it a little heat, wipes it off. So she's getting water on the cake. And as you can see, you kind of just smooth it out a little bit. I'm going to get her a towel.
That really helps a lot.
Mm-hmm. And then you could wipe it off. That too.
Thanks.
Really makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so the next step is kind of when you put it on the sides. Do you want me to do that, or would you do that?
Sure.
So, this is my favorite part, because you put a ton of frosting. I mean, it's just like dollops. And you're just going to go back and forth. Back and forth. Kind of turn the cake. And if you're a perfectionist, this is a very hard thing to do.
Really hard.
Julie did one of these cakes one time, and she took it home, all the pieces that she needed to take home, and then she realized it takes a lot longer.
The thing is, you can keep messing with it, and really, it doesn't do much more for it. So just
Sometimes
be
it's better
happy
to.
with it. It's pretty.
Mm-hmm. What did you make the cake for?
I made it for Mother's Day for my mom, and I believe I used a raspberry filling on that one also, and she loved it. So it all tastes the same once you cut it. So, but it looked really good.
So now you can see. I mean, they're just big dollops everywhere. Yeah. Oh, I know. Put that back.
Well, like you said, if you don't, then crumbs just fall in it.
I mean, the more frosting, the better, because whatever you put on, you could take off. But if you don't have enough frosting, then you can see the cake pretty easily. I don't know about you, but I love cream cheese frosting.
I love cream cheese.
Buttercream, it's okay. Chocolate frosting, but cream cheese frosting, I feel like it's the absolute best.
The best.
So I'm just kind of covering up. I'm not looking to be perfect right now. I am just...
And you can make a mess. That's why you put those pieces down. So
Exactly. When I made a cake, I made it for my friend's birthday. And I actually did a triple berry cake. So that was pretty fun. It was raspberry, marionberry, which is kind of our version of a blackberry. And I think the other layer was strawberry. And so when you cut the cake, and then you can put the apple chips on top, it ended up being like 3 different colors of berries, which is cool. Oh man, it's lots of frosting. Just kind of
looking good.
Working its way, and like again, using the same motion back and forth, because you don't want to you want to just even it out.
Okay.
one little spot left.
You've got plenty of frosting now. So.
And then the best part of the cake is putting the apple chips in it because you make it look like a rose. Okay, we're getting there. Takes a long time, but if you go too fast, it really takes away from the cake.
Do you usually make your own cakes, or do you?
For this one, I actually did a mix because it was just easier, and you know, I was kind of in a hurry. But sometimes I do make my cakes from scratch. I think they are really good.
Yeah.
But when in a quick fix, you can. There's so many different ingredients that we don't have in our typical kitchen that maybe bakers would have. So the cake mixes, I don't feel guilty about using one. But
A homemade frosting is the trick, though, for sure.
you can fake it with just really, really good frosting. You could never tell. Okay.
Good.
Now it looks like everything is covered. Now it's not perfect, but it's getting there. So, do we see any holes? Right there.
Yeah.
The edges of the cake are the hardest. Okay. So I'm going to use the same trick that Julie used. Do you want to put that over there for me? I'm going to clean off my wand. I just like to call it that. Then I'm going to dip it in the hot water. I'm going to start on the edges because I think that's the hardest part to do. Just do that. You're just going to kind of turn your cake stand. Just kind of smooth it out. And it's going to come off with different flaws. Yes, please. Smooth as a baby's bottom.
Looking good.
Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. I feel like there's a new trend with cakes to kind of have that naked cake. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's kind of, it shows all its flaws. It's smooth, but it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. So I kind of like that.
Well, this one in particular, we're decorating with apple chips, so we can hide some of those.
Those flaws, you know. You're just kind of working your way around and around. I might actually make it a little bit more naked than I normally would because I kind of like the look of it.
It's looking good.
Okay, so we kind of got a flat surface. Now we're just going to work on the top a little bit. It's kind of, you wouldn't believe how that hot water just makes it absolutely melt. Because that's what it's doing. It's melting that very top layer of it without melting your cake or anything, but it just gives it. You just kind of work your way on it.
It's a really great trick.
Cool. Like, it's already even just starting now to just become so different. I'm just kind of, and I don't do it more than twice because I think it just kind of, you don't want, because you got that kind of excess frosting. So this cake is perfect for like birthday parties or maybe a bridal shower, something kind of fun if you want to impress people. So we're not actually going to go too perfect right now. We're going to show you how to do the apple chips. Julie will show you how to do that. But we're just kind of going to leave it at this kind of perfect cake, kind of not. Okay.
So where do you want to start with the apple chips?
Well, when I have done this in the past, I have kind of worked my way. I've taken the curly edges of the chips, kind of that pretty part, you know? And I normally break them off. And I kind of just plop it in. But I want to see some of the pink color, so I kind of lean it out a little bit. And this is the fun part. You just keep adding and adding and adding. It's kind of one of those dreams where you like just want to keep adding stuff, but then you feel like you shouldn't. But then in reality, it's better the more you add. And so she's going to start the first layer, and then I'm gonna do a second layer right after her. You can do big chips, you can do little chips, but that's kind of the beauty of a rose. You know, I've got little pieces and big pieces. So pretty.
I know. They just stick right in there. They're great to work with.
Oh, and I have never made a rose cake without raspberry chips, so it's really pretty. I've known people who have done some cupcakes too with the chips, which is really pretty. It's like mini roses. Oh, this is gonna look so good. But it doesn't take long. Just kind of takes a lot of time. I love the curly edges because it just kind of looks like ribbon almost. And it's that dark color. So she's already on to the third layer. And I'm gonna start on the fourth. And you can go close to each other, you can go far away from each other. It kind of really doesn't matter. Embraces all flaws. All you hear is the cracking of the chips. You can tell they're really crunchy. Just listen.
It's looking really good.
Oh, it's just even cool from up top. The view from the side is pretty. When you look down from it, it's gorgeous. The first time I made this cake was when we very first started the company, and I just was trying to figure out what to do with it, and I was just like, well, you know, what if I put it into a cake? And everyone was like, you know, maybe that might look okay. And then I took pictures of it afterwards, and I got so much positive reaction. They all were like, that looks amazing. You should call that the rose cake because it actually looks like a rose. And so since then, I've been trying to make one with every flavor and different colors of the rainbow. And I don't know if you know, but we're coming out with cranberry apple chips and blackberry apple chips. And so we really have a variety of different flavors. And so I'm excited because I'll get to do rose cakes with all of them.
Did you do one with the pear?
You know, I did it's kind of a rose cake, but it's kind of green. So I actually did a honey cream cheese pear cake, which just sounds divine. I know it. And that cake I actually made from scratch, so that was fun.
So we're just filling in some spaces that we see.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about it, but you should see the view from the top. We'll show it down to you in a sec. Okay. I think
that looks good.
That looks amazing. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna take the sides off. Kind of what I said, that's what the wax paper is really good for, is it just cleans off the edges of your cake. Good. So I'm actually just gonna tip it down like that. And it doesn't move because there's frosting on the bottom. You can kind of see the beauty of that cake. The colors are popping, it's kind of curly.
Beautiful.
So, yeah. So that's our rose cake.
Let's eat.